Welcome, Estonians. Welcome, hot babes on the beach. Welcome, astronauts in the Artemis mission or going around the moon. Oh no, you're going around the dark side of the moon. You can't hear us anymore. We're cutting out. Oh wait, you're back because you're going super fucking fast. Welcome, cats. Welcome, dogs. Welcome, hot dog lovers, hot dog heads everywhere. You're going to love this episode. This is a biggie. This is what we've been saving and talking about probably since the beginning of the pod. This is the hot dog episode.
The hot dog I sewed.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your wieners warmed up because frankly, it's going to be a treat. We're going to be bunning it up with these dogs all night long. And let me tell you, we have done some hot dog research, so you don't have to. Sit back, hot dog heads, because this one's for you.
The hot dog I sewed.
Before we begin, as always, I just got to keep this thing safe. I got to make this a safe space for adults to run around and play and use adult words and do adult stuff. And
I agree.
In order to do that, we got to kick the kids out. So I just, real quick, raise your hand if you know what a CD is. Raise your hand if you ever put a touch to CD. Raise your hand if you ever put a CD in a computer and then it went and sucked it into the computer and then you could play your Roller Coaster Tycoon. Okay.
I did.
We got
I
two
lost a
hands
couple
raised.
discs in there.
Okay. Raise your hand if you ever fucking had watched VHSs growing up and you watch your Disney movies on VHS and you had to rewind them after. Kids these days have no clue.
I asked an 18-year-old the other day if they knew what burning a CD was, and they said, "Why would you light it on fire?"
No shit.
They weren't joking. It hurt.
Yeah, if that's you, get the fuck out.
Scram, buddy. Scram. Get the hell out of here. If you have to chop up your hot dogs into tiny little pieces by your mommy at the kids' table, you're not allowed to watch this wiener program.
Okay, but wait, hold up. But like, what if I still do that? Because chopped up little piece of hot dog in macaroni and cheese, in the Kraft macaroni and cheese, doesn't matter your age, that goes hard.
I think there's a difference, though, and I think this is something we gotta very much distinguish right off the bat. There's a difference between getting your hot dogs cut by mommy, and there's a difference between getting your hot dogs cut by mommy.
I see. I like my hot dogs cut by daddy.
Keep watching.
Okay, yeah. All right, so now that we got that cleared up, we can begin. Let's fucking begin. It's the hot dog episode, everybody.
The hot dog I sewed.
Well, shit, let's get cooking. And speaking of cooking, we have a very experimental, exciting process we would like to share with you today. Donovan, would you like to share with the audience how we're going to be cooking? Because I'm going to break out the utensils.
Oh, okay. So I guess really off the top, we haven't done the intro yet canonically, but we're just gonna let you know this is the hot dog episode, and so of course we got to be cooking up the dogs.
We got our dogs out. We got our dogs out.
The last two brain cells cooking show. So
it super is.
There's lots of ways to make hot dogs. Everybody loves grilled dogs. Everybody knows the classic boiled dog. And the lazy among us might be familiar with the microwaved dog. Did you get the cheese filled or is that a normal dog?
Oh, this is the cheese dog, baby.
Okay. Yeah, I expected as much.
That's the best dog in the game.
So Austin here is going to be demonstrating the last two brain cells sponsored method of cooking a hot dog.
This is a new recipe for you, folks. I was doing research with Donovan on this podcast saying many ways to make a hot dog. You can throw your hot dog in the microwave. You can throw it in a pot. You could grill it at the gas station for 12 hours straight. Or you can beer boil it. I didn't know that beer boiling was a thing. But then I thought to myself, we could push it a little further. We could change history a little harder. We live in a world of cold brew coffee. We live in a world of hot boil beer. What if we tried a little combination pack of both? So I here today have in a very special glass that has beautiful ladies on it. I won it in a giveaway. I'm going to put these cold beers into this flower vase right here.
All right. So for the pod listeners, if you're a listener, you could watch the video right now on YouTube. But if you're just a listener and you don't want to watch on YouTube, oh wait. Oh, that was special. What just happened?
Did you watch that? Can you describe what I just did to the audio listeners, please?
I want that to be special for the video watchers only.
That one's a treat. Should I grill two?
Yeah, let's make one for me, one for you.
All right. Well, if I'm gonna grill two, you're gonna want to do a full 12-ounce can. If you want to get a cold boil going, you're going to make sure you use the whole can into your flower vase of naked ladies. And then you're going to get the hot dog out. And like your friend got bit by a snake, you're going to and then insert your dog into the cold boil. And now we'll let that cook for the next however long this episode costs in time. And then at the end of the episode, I'll eat these. And hopefully they're going to be really good.
Oh, guaranteed. I mean, and what's the name of this, by the way, this cooking method that we're creating for the future of hot dogs?
This is a cold brew boil. Cold brew beer boil.
This is the cold brew beer boil. So we're cold boiling these dogs in a beer, and it's making a cold brew hot dog.
You can see it's already working because the bubbles are bubbling. And the dogs are dogging. Yeah.
See, it's actually the bubbles that do the cooking action with this method. Yeah. There's no heat involved. As the name implies, it's a cold boil.
I'm seeing tiny specks of meat float to the top.
This is too closely.
Really, I'm like when they say there's a lot of scary ingredients in a hot dog, I feel like this is extracting them before my eyes as they rise to the top. The meniscus is a cloud of meat.
What is a meniscus, Austin?
It's the top of the water where it goes down a little bit and it has a little dip in the middle. It's the dip point in a cup.
Damn, that brings me back to science class. It's been a second. Yeah,
that's where I learned it.
All right, so
where do I place this cold brew boil? Back here, I guess. Put it on my bed or something.
Yeah, maybe precariously on your mattress directly.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on my pillow over here. There we go. All right, much better. I'll let it chill out.
Yeah, I think when you're doing a cold boil, you should probably give it 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah. Actually, I'll get it on display here. I'll move this over a little. Make sure I'll get it on the screen so everybody can see my boil happen. You can time lapse it if you're a big viewer of food. It's right here.
You can't see it. You want to get
a book?
Something.
Stack it on a book? Oh, okay. Hold on. You're right. I'll stack it on this ETB of Surging Sparks Pokemon.
All right.
This is good. And I'll put it next to my Macintosh. That's great. It's boiling. You guys can watch it now.
You're going to end up knocking that over, I think, 20% of the time. We record this episode in 10 different universes. In 2 of those universes, those dogs are on the floor by the end.
Yeah, in one universe, that ruins my life.
But in 7 universes, you get delicious cold-boiled hot dogs.
Oh, I bet you Greg and Maisie are going to knock it down. Oh, God, here comes the demons. Here come the demons.
No, that tail's already scooping.
She's trying to steal my dogs.
You know what? Maisie reminds me of the Pokemon Primeape. The coloring and the tail. Greg. Oh, I mean, Greg.
This one's Greg. No, say it again. Say it again. That's cool.
Hi, Greg. Greg reminds me of the Pokemon Primeape with the tail and the color. I
totally see that. I super see that. We have a little baby Ninetales over here with just one.
But I would watch that tail. That's going to scoop those dogs right down.
She's going to be slamming my dogs for me.
Could we play a game with Enrique real quick?
Yeah. I don't think it's around though.
No. This is async. So when he's doing the editing, this is our first game with our new editor. And we're gonna play which lucky listener does Enrique choose? And so Austin and I are gonna name a couple lucky listeners here in succession. But you, the podcast listener, are only going to hear one of them. It's whoever Enrique chooses. So real quick, I just want to say this episode goes out to Hot Latino Boys. You're the lucky listener of the week.
Today's lucky listener of the week is all the boys in blue. Okay, he's going to keep that one. He's going to keep that one. Don't keep that one.
I'm not going to say anymore because he's guaranteed to just keep that one.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, whoever he chose, congratulations if you're listening out there and you apply to that group of people.
I don't think we have any cops listening to our show. I think that was one of our rules.
Oh, well, it wasn't.
No kids and no cops.
Cops are invited for the Hot Dogisode only. They can come in.
Okay. Yeah, they love dogs.
But they got to be like the cool cops. Like, they got to let you smoke weed in the park.
When I meant the boys in blue, I meant the canine unit specifically.
I don't know if they're the cool ones.
The dogs?
Oh, the dogs. The dogs themselves.
The dogs. The dogs that are false signaling that I have stuff in my car. Those ones?
Yeah, but the dog handler? No, dude, if a dog enters your room, it's going to be signaling all kinds of shit.
It's going to like explode.
There's so many drug residues.
Dude, I would love to watch a drug dog come in my room and just see what he can find. Because I got to be like, I'm sure there's like bits and snacks left over for me to still use.
It'd be so overstimulating.
It'd be awesome. Think about all the goodies.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm sure they could sniff out like probably 6 to 7 ounces from that floor. No.
Have you seen the 6-7 challenge that's been happening right now? It's a Twitch streamer challenge. The challenge is there's a motion tracker where it tracks both of your hands, and you have like 30 seconds to do as many 6-7s as you can. The record's like over 1,000. People have been passing out doing it. People have been passing out. There's literally, I watched a girl pass out because she 6-7 so hard and held her breath, and she fell into her camera.
Holy shit!
It's like we're really in a time, fellas.
We got to do it real quick. We got to do it.
Yeah, we gotta fucking. That's true.
Okay, hold on. We're at 20. When we hit 20:10 at the seconds, which is 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna take a breather.
2, dude. Okay. That feels crazy on your arms.
That is so much harder than it looks. I gotta do that on stream because there's a counter. It in real time counts your 6-7ing.
But there's no way that a camera could keep up, like the frame rate could keep up with how fast we were going, dude. We were really fast.
That's the hard part. That's the thing. I bet the record would be over 1,000, but we're too fast. We need
like one of those MythBusters high-speed cameras.
Yeah, the slow-mo bros on YouTube, they're like, let's pop a water balloon at 1 zillion frames a second. We need those guys to pull up.
Dude, a throwback to when we were waiting in line at like the Disney in Tokyo. And then we were like so bored that we were recording super slow motion videos of our hands doing this, and it looked cool as shit.
Really cool.
And then I showed that, I think, to my wife after I got back, and she was like, what is this? This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Yes,
Sunny Brew was like, how was your trip in Japan? And I said, check this out. And it was just me like looking insane in slow motion. It was so cool.
Yeah, I'm sure they both appreciate it. I have a really cool one
of you in your underwear throwing a banana across the hotel room.
Wow, wait, I haven't seen that.
We got some treats. The good news is we are actually going to be making a Japan photo and video review specifically and exclusively for our podcast Patreon friends. So podcast Patreon subscribers, we're about to feast.
Dude, this is such a bad sign. I'm out of breath from 6-7ing 2 minutes ago.
I'm just like trying to recover. I'm trying to like find the sit down stand up desk right now because that was hard.
Dude, I feel it, and I have a pump in my biceps. Like, did you feel the air rushing when you were 6-7ing that fast?
It was terrifying. I felt like in the same way people describe sensory deprivation takes, like really put you in your body. I feel like I was really grounded for a moment.
Let's do brain cells, let's do brain cells, let's do brain cells, let's do brain cells.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hotdog episode. This is Last Two Brain Cells. My name is Austin, and I'm here with my good pal and doggy buddy, Donovan. How are you today?
Hey, Hotdog here. I was not ready for you to fidget spinner that hot dog that came out of your mouth like that.
Yeah, I got dogs in me today, chat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the Dogisode.
The hot dog I sewed.
If you like hot dogs or if you hate hot dogs, boy, oh boy, your ears are about to have a linked up feast. I'm putting this one back in its sheath, and I'm getting ready for a really nice day of hot dog facts with my boy, Donovan. Today is April 25th, 2026 at 4:05 p.m. And here's a little sneak peek about the hot dog dreams that are about to come.
Do you ever clip your hot dogs like a cigar?
You people clip their hot dogs? You just look
And
like
then
you're
cover the other one?
Hot dog names for girls.
So we got a whole hot dog filled episode for these hot dog heads. This is the hot Dogisode. This is Enrique's big break.
The hot dog I sewed.
We're gonna, if you ever found yourself asking questions like, where do hot dogs come from? Why are hot dogs? What is the future of hot dogs? What is the best kind of hot dog? We're gonna answer those questions for you today. So let's get into it. Where do you want to get started?
Well, folks, I think it's always great to start every good speech with according to Merriam-Webster, the definition of blank is, that's how you get an A on every Speech 101 class speech. And I think today's word of the day is very important. Donnie, would you like to break it down for us?
Yeah, I'd be happy to, my brother in arms. So a hot dog, a hot dog, a hot dog, a hot dog. There is a famous poet that once said, a rose is a rose is a rose. And we studied that in my poetry college class. And I remember thinking at the time, this is bullshit. But now, in the perspective of the hot dog, it's clear to me. So
Feels different.
We're going to go into not just, you ever heard like how the sausage is made? Like you don't want to know how the sausage is made. We do want to know how the sausage is made.
I do.
Why is a hot dog called a glizzy?
Why?
This is the real etymology we want to drill into, top of the episode. Let's define our terms. A glizzy. This is probably my favorite way to refer to a hot dog. Now, I didn't know this. So with roots in the rap world, a glizzy is slang for a Glock handgun.
Yes.
All right. Now, but the evolution of the word to include hot dog comes from the extended magazine of a pistol. So when your Glock has an extendo clip, right, it's about the length of a hot dog.
What?
And so that's why they started referring to glizzies as hot dogs, because the extended clip is the same length as a hot dog. That's the most American shit we've ever cooked up.
We measure in violence in hot dogs? That goes crazy. Caw-caw! The eagle is cawing somewhere.
You're in a gunfight, you know what I mean? The shots are popping off everywhere, and you're like, I only got one hot dog left of ammo.
Bro, and then you get the banana clips out. So then you bring out the next thing, your bananas.
That's like, the banana is basically a salad when compared to a hot dog. You know what I mean?
True. Yes.
That's like a very healthy alternative.
A banana is like a mushy hot dog for monkeys.
Yeah. Or is a hot dog a meat banana?
Oh. Wow. The questions we think.
So that's the origin of glizzy.
That's crazy. I didn't expect that, because I know a glizzy reference to a Glock, but I had no idea it was in reference to the measurement of the size being relative to a hot dog. That's crazy.
Yeah. There
Speaking
you go.
of, I guess we can continue some etymology really quick. I was looking into the whole concept of why do we call it a wiener? Why do we call it a frankfurt? Where did the dog come from in the first place? Germany likes to claim the hot dog. However, I didn't realize there is a contested fight as to who is the official wiener maker. Is it Frankfurt or is it Vienna? And that is interesting to me, because I realized the term Frankfurter, of course, a hot dog. Vienna, almost kind of like wiener. Wiener. That's the origin etymology of where we got wiener from, is Vienna?
No
Google
shot.
it. Tell me I'm wrong. It blew my noggin.
I do know that they do some silly shit with V's and W's. Because like
Wieners. It's the wieners.
You got to keep that accent, all right? So we had Dongar for one episode. I think we'd have a new guest that's Oscar, and he's European, vaguely European.
Oh yeah, and sometimes he's from Middle America.
Oh,
sure.
There are a lot of like Scandinavians that just parked in Minnesota and never left.
From one snow to the other.
It's all snow to me, brother.
Hey, it's no problem. No problem, buddy.
We're just having buns.
Oh, hey, pal, come on over here.
All right, so Oscar.
Yes.
I know you're saying so. Wiener comes from Vienna. I don't buy that at all. But so why do we call hot dogs wieners? I guess it's all sausage.
Weiner, in the sense that Vienna claiming the hot dog, calling it a Wiener. Vienna somehow etymologically turned into Wiener. And Frankfurter is the Frankfurter name for a dog, and Wiener is the Vienna name for a dog.
Oh, because Frankfurt, the other city in Germany.
Yes. It's the battle of two hot dog claimers.
Okay. I think
claiming
Wiener is a
Wiener.
stretch. Wiener's a funner word.
I fact checked. I could check again.
Well, I have some very dubious facts for you as well that go before Germany. Let me take you back into 2,000 years ago, Roman times. This is the history of the hot dog, right? So just to give credit where credit is due here, I'm basically going to be summarizing an article by Stephanie Butler on history.com. All right. So the hot dog, it's a quintessential American summer grill food, tubular meat, some would say. But the historians have an interesting take on the legend of the hot dog, the mythos, the creation story, kind of like how Romulus and Remus were raised by the teat of a wolf and that they founded Rome together, right?
Wolf booby.
So equally epic is probably the origin story of the hot dog. So there's this notorious Roman emperor Nero. You might have heard of him. Crazy fucker. He had a cook. His name was Gaius, right? And he apparently made the first sausages. So in ancient Rome, it was customary to starve pigs for 1 week before they were slaughtered. You just got to do it. You got to starve them. And as the legend goes, Gaius was watching over his kitchen when he realized that one pig had been brought out fully roasted, but somehow not clean. So this pig, has all the guts and stuff in it. So Gaius shakes it for some reason. He pulls his knife out, he stabs the pig open, and to see if it's edible, and then the intestines pop out, and then they're empty because of the starvation diet. The intestines are just clear.
Here we go.
And so Gaius goes, huh, and this is a quote. He says, "I have discovered something of great importance."
Oh, yikes.
Right? And he was right. So he stuffed the intestines with ground meat, spices, and wheat. I don't know why you put wheat in there. This is just ancient time shit. But this was the origin of the sausage. And this is why we have today this evolution going back thousands of years. We can, the Frankfurt Wiener argument, we're going way past that. But now we're here today, right? We have this cheese dog that you're cold brew boiling behind us on the bottom right screen of the bottom left of your screen.
Oh, it's looking it's getting there. It's slow cooking like the beans at Del Taco.
Is it discolored?
Oh yeah, it's falling apart. Okay. This is really gross. This looks like when you put something in formaldehyde.
Okay. I think you have to eat it though.
I'm not gonna quit.
Yeah, but it is looking.
I am scared.
It looks
terrified.
Pale.
Really bad.
Yeah.
I'll take a chomp.
At least you got to take a chomp.
Chomp it.
I bet it's going to be good.
Might be extra yummy. And then maybe I should put it in the microwave after, so it has a beer base.
That's a good idea. You could always heat it and cook it more after. But I think you could also save the beer and drink that as an extra treat.
That's true. Extra treat water.
Everyone
loves hot dog water. You can have hot dog water with my second favorite water, Coors Light.
Yeah, I mean that's a win-win.
It works out really well.
So that's a little bit about the history and the herstory of hot dogs. I hope you learned a little bit. But I heard that one of our favorite podcast hosts, you can take a guess who, time participated in a hot dog eating contest.
Oh, I did. This is a quick story time of the week, chat. Okay. Let's go back in time. It's 2016. I just graduated college. I'm at the Orange County Fair. I have $0 dues. I'm a broke boy. I'm walking around the Orange County Fair. I'm thinking, sheesh, that big old fried Twinkies, $10. Can't do that. I look to my right. The funnel cake, $45. Okay. That's not the real prices, but that's what it feels like. And then I see a glimmer of hope. Or should I say a glizzy of hope? I see hot dog eating contest, 4 p.m. And I say, shit, I win either way. Free food, free fun. And I walked in not expecting to be as competitive as I was. And as soon as I hit the stage, something lit up in my eyes. The dogs were ready to be chomped. And I'll tell you, I took the crazy technique. Long story short, we get like 10, 15 guys on a stage at the Orange County Fair. We were handed 2 Nathan's hot dogs.
That's
with
it.
bun. Two.
Okay.
And they're the long ones. They're Nathan. So they're like, they're more banana clip than a glizzy.
Mm-hmm.
And they say it's time to eat dog. And I say less. They say 3. They say 2. They say 1. What's the first thing you would do in this scenario?
I would definitely drop the buns into the water, right? Do you got water?
Bingo, bango. I take those buns, I slam that shit in the water, I start running it like it's a sponge in the bath. I take the dog, I throw them in my mouth, I chomp, 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 chomp. I'm working on these buns. I'm chomping dog. Once dog is down, I take that bun slop and I just drink it.
You drink the bun water?
Yeah, that's how you fucking win. Unfortunately, I lost by like 5 seconds to a big bald boy, but I still got a ribbon. So I got to walk around with a big blue ribbon saying second place wiener eater, and that's probably one of my best resume pieces, and I will put it on my resume.
Yeah, you should be proud of that. I think
when there's a problem, like, the food's too expensive, you got to find a solution, and that's join the wiener contest.
Yeah, that's something we've always been really good at, is figuring out how to feed ourselves without money.
The best, truly the best.
But I think if you ever get an office, which I think you're going to get an office at some point, you got to put
sick.
Like the certificate, the second place hot dog, like on the wall, like next to your doctorates and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my graduated from Emerson College, and then 58:34 seconds on putt speed run, and then my glizzy badge. I'm gonna put like all my shit up there, all the stuff that really matters to me: my speed runs, my college degree, my ribbons.
Yeah, and you tell me which achievement matters the most.
It's a mark of a man to say it's the college degree. I disagree.
Exactly. And I just also wanted to shout out the first place, this big bald boy, I think, as you put it. Big bald boys are people too. Congratulations to the first place.
He needed it.
If you are a big bald boy, you are the lucky listener of the week.
We actually already shouted out the boys in blue, so that's just redundant.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Hey, Donovan, I have a question.
What's up, man?
When was the last time you checked your hot dog slot?
Okay.
It's been a while since, check my oil, you mean?
Well, ring-a-ding-ding, you've got hot dog mail. Open up.
Ooh, what do we got?
All right, this is a segment. We're trying something new with the Last Two Brain Cells Discord. Join our Discord if you'd like to participate. We are doing voicemail call-ins. You can leave a little voicemail on the Discord. We can listen to them live on the pod and reply to the best ones. We won't be able to get to all of them, but we'll get to as many as we can. And this week, our first ever voicemail comes in from Gubera. So should we go to listen?
All right, let's do it. I'm so excited for this, by the way. Love this segment idea. Let's do this all the time. The very first one to break the ice here is going to be Gubera. So
here we go.
2, 1.
Hey guys, I have a lot of questions about hot dogs. I would love to know your top 5 either hot dog brands or hot dog, like a baseball game hot dog is better than a homemade hot dog, right? So either your favorite hot dog brands or the environment that you're getting the hot dog at. And then also, how many hot dogs is too many?
A lot of questions.
A lot of questions there. Would you like to start?
Yeah, well, I do want to take this extremely seriously. I think this is a very serious question. And I want to give it the respect that it deserves. So thank you for having the boldness, really, the respect for yourself and myself to ask, really.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, there's a lot of types of hot dogs, a lot of forums in which to consume a hot dog. We're going to get to the best type of hot dog later on. That's planned, of course. But I will address some of the other components of your question. My absolute number one in terms of when to gobble a glizzy would have to be Costco. Every time I go to Costco, it's $1.50. You get a long quality dog. You get a sody pop, and you sit in the food court amongst your other very suburbanized Americans, and you just realize that life's not that bad. Like when you got a Costco dog in your stomach, you can't really be mad. There's certain times in my life when I hate America, but when I'm in the Costco food court with half a dog down my throat, that's not one of those times. And just to address the last part of your question real quick, and then of course I want to hear Austin's side of things too. How many hot dogs is too many? I think. Well, if you're a big bald boy, you could probably too many. It's relative, basically. For me, how many is too many? In my later years now, I'm 31. If I could probably take 5 dogs, maybe 6. But more than 6, I'm going to be hurting. I'm going to get the hot dog shakes, and I don't want to bring that upon myself these days. So I'm going to say 5.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants the hot dog shakes. And I think it's interesting that it seems to be varied per person, because to me, it seems like a standardized answer. I think the exact wrong number of hot dogs is 10. And the reason being is there's 9 innings in baseball. I believe thoroughly in the 9-9-9 challenge. 9 beers, 9 innings, 9 dogs. I think if you go to 10, you're pushing it. You're pushing it way past the way God intended in this baseball universe of America. You got to stop at 9. I think as soon as you hit 10, you've crossed the line and you deserve whatever's coming next.
Now, but here's a curveball, if you will.
Oh.
What if there's a 10th inning? What if it goes into overtime?
See, that's the hard part. Some would say you're a coward for quitting, and I partially agree. But in this day and age, if you get to a 10th inning, you're going to an 11th, and you're going to a 12th as well. And you're going to maybe even get to a 17th. So I feel like we should have re-advised the game to, after every extra inning, you should have to like smoke a blunt or something. Every extra inning, you have to like smoke a blunt and try not to fall asleep by the end of the whole thing.
Here. Okay.
Seems good to me. Hit a Blinkerton.
Yeah. I was not familiar with the 999 challenge, but we could go ahead and add that to the list for when you visit. I recently went to Wrigley Field. I had a dog there, and we got a come from behind win, by the way. Cubs won.
Go Cubbies.
Epic place, epic environment. And yeah, we also had the helmet nachos, which are very good. Just a little plug for anyone. If you know, you know.
Oh, you know.
But whenever you come through, let's do a little 999.
I'm all in.
On me. I got
love
you.
A challenge.
On me. I want to do a 999. It's my treat, brother.
I'm ready to ball. I've always tried to go to Wrigley Field. So if I can slam dogs with my boy at Wrigley Field, that'd be sick.
Let's wriggle on some dogs and wrangle on some beers at Wrigley Field, and do, as the Germans would say, no, as we would say 999.
Challenge.
I got that mixed up.
And then a quick side note, favorite hot dog brand, I'm going to say Oscar Mayer because they're the only one to put it on wheels. The Oscar Mayer mobile truly kicks ass. I also respect Pink's, but I think Pink's hot dogs is the supreme of hot dogs. The line is too long. You're in Hollywood. Skip it.
Okay. I mean, both of your takes there were incredibly based. I would say that Oscar Mayer brought hot dogs into the 21st century. We can't thank them enough for that.
We thank you for what you did, Mr. Oscar Mayer.
All right, let's take it to the next question. You ready?
All right, next question. Here we go. You ready for a 3?
3, 2, 1.
I have a follow-up to the ranking question, and I think you should also rank like best and worst hot dogs. Specifically, I need to know your thoughts on the Seattle dog. My personal nightmare, but you guys might be freaks. I don't fucking know. So, toppings, rank them, bun type even. Like, let's get crazy with it.
Wow.
Let's get crazy with it. All right, so we're going to be doing some big rankings soon. Trust us. Don't worry. Your buns are in good hands. We got our rankings ready to go. But one thing that struck both of us by the hay side, I don't know what that means. What the hell is a Seattle-style dog? I had to Google it. Donovan had to Google it. A Seattle-style hot dog is a grilled hot dog on a bun, distinguished by a generous spread of cream cheese, topped with grilled onions and often includes jalapenos with variations like sauerkraut, mustard, and sriracha.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I could understand the cream cheese and onion side of things. It's like sour cream and onion chips. What's more American than that? It's almost Pringle-esque, but you're pushing it with the jalapenos.
Yeah. I consider myself to be a pretty open-minded person when it comes to people, hot dogs, religions. I think we should all be able to practice whatever hot dog religion we'd like, but not this one. This is like the Scientology of hot dogs. This is ungodly, shouldn't exist. Seattle, do you actually do this? If you're from Seattle, please let us know if this is real and if you actually enjoy it.
Yeah, that's really something we're going to need to hear it from the streets.
Yeah. All right. Should we go to the next one?
Okay.
We can cut this if we want to, but I think it's interesting. Tiny tangent. Speaking of Scientology, have you seen the new trend going on with the Scientology challenge?
The kids these days are living like parts of their lives are what I've always dreamed of. Like I wanted to do that so bad.
I feel like in a fully respectful way, I feel like we were kind of the last generation that had like this is gonna sound really sad. We were the last generation growing up that had like hope for a better tomorrow. I feel like there was like still a glimmer of light of like maybe we could turn the global warming thing around and like Obama's making everyone's happier. And we stopped. We just stopped and we regressed. And I think the kids are in such deep nihilism that they're in hard fuck it mode. The big trend right now is kids are filming themselves running as far into the Scientology building as possible and trying to break records as to see who can get the farthest into closed off areas. Holy shit. These kids are falling. I love it.
It's well said, by the way. But I saw this comment on one of the videos that they're like unlocking more parts of the map each time. And I think that's very legit. I think, so I'm going to say not advice because I don't want to get sued and I do not want Scientology to come for us. We love Scientology at Last Two Brain Cells.
I don't.
But in theory, if you really wanted to do something interesting, why don't you flood the gates so you have 15 kids run in and then all of you find somewhere to hide and they can't find all of you. So you're forcing them to play hide and seek, and assuming they don't have 100% success rate with the seeking, that means at least one or two of you are going to be able to stay overnight and actually find out what the fuck they're doing. Because I think it's like if you've seen the show Severance. It's like this big office. It's like a maze. And the further you get, the spookier it gets. I really do think that the Scientology, like they're seeing the really innocuous first floor. What they need to find is the deadly elevator going into the basement where they do the Tom Cruise, blood rituals.
Where Xenu lives.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
I'll tell you all about Xenu for free if you'd like. I could save you some money.
Yeah. What's the summary on Xenu?
Oh, Xenu's the god. He's the guy who's in charge of this whole thing. He's the boy who's going to help us get our own planets and shit. That's a very high level. So it's going to cost you hundreds of thousands to even hear that name. But I'll tell it to you for free. It's Xenu.
Xenu? How do you spell that? Xenu? Xenu?
I think it's Xenu or some shit. It's really fucking cool. He dropped all of us into a volcano.
Wait, I'm listening, actually. That's a cool... Cool story.
Wait, okay. So the actual like lore of Scientology, as far as like the religious story, like Christianity, we got the Bible, God, resurrection, all the stuff. The Scientology one is insane. It's really cool, but you have to pay so much money to get there. I really appreciate the freedom of information. People standing outside the Scientology building, handing out all information about here's everything you're going to pay for, and then handing it out in front of the building. Is so baller.
I didn't realize that's how it worked, that you like unlock extensions of the world like their World of Warcraft expansion packs.
Right. And if you look into them too early, you're breaking the rules and that's really bad for you and you're an evil, bad person.
Xenu doesn't like that.
Long story short, the common thread is people will spend literally $100,000, get to that level, go, oh shit. And then they're so in it at that point that a lot of them are either like, they bail after finding out about Xenu, or they just role play because they're too deep.
Yeah. It is like there is such a chasing the dragon element to I mean, all things like gambling, of course, but like lifestyles. Like at a certain point, when you've labeled yourself as this is what I am or this is who I am, it's fucking hard to reverse gear. Like I recently lost $100. I went to Bally's Casino in Chicago. I threw it in a slot machine and it was fucking gone in 10 minutes. So I said, like, I could either walk away right now, like, who am I? Am I someone who's a gambler and that's my identity and I'm going to keep fucking putting money in until I, actually make it back? Because it's going to happen. I'm going to make it back. Or do I walk away $100 in the hole and with a lesson learned? I wanted to keep gambling. I'm going to be honest with you. If my wife was not there, I went there to show Damwa what a casino is like. And I was like, it's going to be so great. We're going to have a good time. And she was not impressed.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we bounced.
I love that. I love that she wasn't impressed. How much worse would it have been if she was really impressed?
That's okay. But that's the thing. I wasn't worried about that because, like, she's just so cool. She gets it, She's not a gambler.
100%. We are. Yeah. And speaking of, chat, I got a pack of Pokemon to open later. This is really exciting.
Yeah. But there's rules. He can only open the Pokemon pack if he wins the next segment, which we'll get to that after our questions. You want to get to the next question?
Next question. All right. Question number 3, getting played in 3, 2, 1.
Also, this one's specifically for Donovan. I feel like you can get on a soapbox about this one. Thoughts on the vegan carrot hot dogs where they like marinate the carrot and then they tell you it's a hot dog?
Okay.
You just put like a bazooka into my hands, and now I have to choose whether or not to fire it, Kubera. So this is tough.
Fireball. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. Can you time cop me? Keep this answer below 60 seconds, please.
All right. And go.
Yeah, Kubera, it's a good question. I want to say, generally speaking, I respect vegetarians. I even respect vegans sometimes. But it's all about the reason of the season. If you're a vegan because you care about animal pain, morality, whatever, I totally fuck with that. I agree with that, actually. And I've been eating less meat myself. I feel like kind of bad about eating meat these days. And I live with, my wife is vegetarian, and I really love that she's encouraging me to eat less meat. That fucking said, don't lie to yourself, okay? Don't be like, oh yeah, it's just as delicious. It's the same thing. Like, if you hand me a vegan cookie and a real cookie, it's like, you ever see videos of a dog and he can choose from like different things, and it's like he can choose from like a cabbage and a piece of meat. It's like he's 100 times out of 100 choosing the meat because it's most delicious. The cabbage is not meat at the end of the day. And so I feel like vegans are delusional sometimes in the way that they try to like fool themselves into being like, it's just the same, or at the end of the day, it's not the same because it's not the same ingredients, and that's okay. Don't lie to yourselves. And most importantly, don't lie to others. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love the idea behind eating less meat. I think I respect vegans. Just don't be a liar. Okay. So with the hot dog situation, to bring it back together, it's not a hot dog. It's not a hot dog. It's not a hot dog. Okay. It's carrots. But if you enjoy your carrots and you want to pretend in your fantasy land that it's just as delicious, good for you. Don't try to convince me that it's good. All right. Thank you.
And time. Wow, that was really good, actually. That was really well put. Really well. You know, succinct this time. I would like to note to the listener, we did just cut out 45 minutes of content.
Yeah, I need to take a shit. Okay.
Yeah, no, you need to take a 6-7 break. Hey, man. Should we do another question first? We have 3 more.
Let's do. I was kidding about this shit. I was just like pretending that it had been a very long time. Okay.
It was good. All right. This next question is from Master Poopy. Let's give it a listen. Hello?
3, 2, 1.
I've never understood when vegans want like vegan chicken, vegan hot dogs. Oh, it tastes like chicken. Eat the fucking chicken. If somebody ever says, hey, here's a hot dog, and they give me a goddamn teriyaki carrot, I'm going to flip my shit. Let me tell you what.
Okay, that's really crazy because that came in unprompted. I didn't expect that question to be exactly a continuation of your speech, but hey, I'll leave that one to you, Donovan.
All I have to say is, Master Poopy, we are aligned. Thank you for your feedback there.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to play that or not, since it's not really a question, but agreed.
I think the timing was really funny.
Yeah.
Now we do have a second voice note from Master Poopy. A follow-up, maybe this time a question. 3,
All right.
2, 1.
Oh, it tastes just like a hot dog. No, it doesn't, Sally. It tastes like a fucking carrot that you soaked in teriyaki juice. Grow up.
All right, and that's our second question from Master Poopy. All right, next question comes from Maggie Whitmer. Should we listen to Maggie Whitmer?
Yeah, all right, Maggie. Last one, best one. You ready to go?
Here we go. Last question from Maggie Whitmer. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, last two brain cells. I need to know what your best hot dog call is. Like if you were selling hot dogs at a baseball stadium, how would you entice the crowd to buy your hot dog?
That's really good.
Thank you so much.
That's a really important question because there's so many ways you can live this life.
Absolutely. It's like when you ever heard, like, seen a deer call competition, like a turkey call competition?
Sign me up.
Yeah. Great question, Maggie. Let's do
Really
it.
good.
You want to go first?
Well, personally, I do believe that there could be a different reason for different seasons. I think the outfit I wear on Monday should be different than the outfit I wear on Tuesday.
Wow.
I think my Monday outfit is I do want to slam the old 1920s baseball game Cracker Jacks and stand outside the stadium and go, hot dog, hot diggity dog here, kid. Ladies and gentlemen, get your diggity dogs here. Hot, 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 bun, bun, bun. You know, hit him with the old classic. But there's also a part of me that wants to go like if I see the youth and I can tell they're coming from, like, you know, a Disney family, we hit them with a hot diggity dog. And I think we could sell depending on clientele.
Wow.
Okay.
You really know your shit. I mean, the second one got me salivating. I would buy a dog from Mickey Mouse for sure.
Yep. That's the thing, is he's slanging wieners.
Mickey definitely got the dicky.
Mickey got dicky.
I do appreciate it. Oh, it's not goofy.
Make sure it don't get sticky.
I appreciate that you got, you know, different strokes for different folks when it comes to your dog calls. I'm going to just give one, which is coming straight from the heart right here, right now, which just got to back up from the mic for this one.
Of course.
Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog.
I'm so fucking in. I'm pulling over immediately.
I think that was inspired from a dude in South America who was selling avocados, and his cadence was aguacate, aguacate, aguacate.
That's sick.
And to be honest, every time he passed by, I wanted to buy an avocado. So I've been thinking about that guy a lot. But you could definitely sell some dogs with the same kind of cadence.
It's truly impressive the way in which certain people can leave such a lasting impression for such trivial activity. And I wonder at what point something we did still sticks with somebody and maybe is on their podcast.
Oh, no. I mean, the first thing that came to mind was just when we were at that temple in Japan. That sticks to that lady's mind forever, I think. Like, we were being some goofballs at this temple, and the look on this lady's face when I just turn to the right and I see like this older Japanese woman just jaw on the floor, just like couldn't believe the disrespect. We really left a mark there.
So long story short, context wise, we were at a bar and then we just started walking around in classic Japan style. Oh shit, you're at a temple now. You're just like, all of a sudden you're at a temple and we're lit. I didn't even realize we're at a temple until I went, oh shit. I didn't know.
Yeah. We could cut that.
Amends, though. I did make my amends.
You put money in the thing?
The next day, I made a very sincere sorry to a passing by shrine. A very sincere apology.
And you were sincere about it. I don't think any of the other boys cared.
Oh, I took that shit so seriously. As like an OCD haver, I love a good ritual, and I took that shit like those rules were universally grounded. I loved it.
Okay. Yeah. And throwback to, so we have a couple buddies on the trip, Kevin and Daisy, and they like did this fortune paper thing. Like, you can pay some money at these Buddhist temples and get your fortune. And their fortune was like the death and destruction worst possible scenario fortune. And Daisy was stressing about it. Like throwback Thursday to when they spent half of the rest of their vacation trying to undo their bad luck.
They got the like 1 in 1,000 bad luck, your life is ruined card, and it ruined the trip for a minute. And it was really crazy watching my friends pay money to have a worse day.
Yeah, it was ominous because like the card was serious. Like people, they showed the card to other people around us, like Japanese people, and their reactions were like, "Oh,
they would stop
that's
talking
like,
and they'd be like,
that's bad." And the card basically translated, like we had a really rough Google Lens translation that was basically like, "You've been marked by the hand of Black Death," you know, like something dark. And so yeah, I understand. You know, I'm not super superstitious, but you get that shit, you're gonna be a little stressed.
I remember one of the lines said, "There will be a fire in your life." That's not good.
You don't want that at a temple.
Unless we're talking the onion volcano at Benihana, sign me out.
Unless you're talking charbroiled hot dogs.
Shit. Or slow boil.
The cold boil. How's it looking back? Can we do a dog check?
We're going to do a dog check. I got my beautiful lady vase that I got for free in a whatnot giveaway. These smell terrible. I think Jimmy's going to hate this segment. Jimmy told me that Beer Factor is the worst segment anyone's ever created.
Oh, sorry, Jimmy.
He does love the porn part.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, the life gives and life takes, you know?
Speaking of, Enrique, our editor, did have a good idea. Every good show has a spinoff. James Corden never watched his late night. Everyone saw Carpool Karaoke. What if our Carpool Karaoke was softcore play at home? We just make it its own series. It's 10-minute videos. But this is how we get the actual show popular.
Dog, brilliant. So we have a side channel that is just like cuts of us reacting to watching ludicrous porn together.
And we SEO grab it because who isn't typing in big bazongas online? We're literally like dub.
Why aren't we hosting our pod on Pornhub?
We could and should.
Okay. I'm genuinely dead ass. Let's do it. Let's make episode 69. Let's put episode 69 on Pornhub.
Absolutely. Episode 69 will go on Pornhub, and I'll show my nipple.
Ooh, I'll show ass. I'll show ass.
Oh yeah. I'll rip areola.
What is it? Oh, areola. Bro, you're coming in with the meniscus, with the areola. Yeah. Like
titillating.
I love that. Titillating?
Yeah, I can't stop saying titillating, bro.
That's a good word.
Titillating.
You know what's titillating to me?
Per se.
Fun facts.
Oh, fun facto.
Fun facto.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull my ticket. Strike one. Boink. We're talking Disney. Sorry. Had to. This is important. We have talked about Steamboat Willie in the past. The first time that a voice was recorded via cartoon. But do we know the first time words were spoken on screen? The first time words were spoken on screen was, in fact, the words hot dogs by Mickey Mouse with the voice of Walt Disney himself in the 1929 short The Carnival Kid. Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney were the first to slam voice in a cartoon and say hot dogs. And that's pretty sick.
Bro, I think you get a pass for that. I don't think you have a Disney strike for that because that's so on point for the episode. Nice shit.
I'm really trying. Also, quick self-correction because it's important to be honest and fair and truthful. Walt Disney actually wasn't the person to say the word hot dogs. It's a very much common misconception even I fell for in telling you this story. It was actually voiced by someone named Carl W. Stalling, a composer. The confusion comes from the fact that previous whistles and humps and ha, all that was Walt Disney. The actual vocals of the word hot dog was a different guy. The hims and ha's and ho-ho-ho's was Walt Disney. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's just the details of the dog world.
Did Walt Disney sound like a normal dude? Like, have you ever heard him just talking?
I've only really heard... Oh, yeah, no, he's talked a lot. He sounded good. He sounded really good, actually. Yeah, he's actually a great speaker. There's actually a really good moment in the live broadcast of opening day of Disneyland in which he is standing in front of Tomorrowland and they try to give him the signal, Walt, we're live. And he doesn't, like, he starts his speech and then they're like, oh shit, no, we fucked up, start over. And he's like, okay. And then he starts over. Watching him have to like kind of panic and like deal with the chaos of live broadcasting while still keeping his cool was fun. He's a funny guy.
All right. Okay.
Anyways,
Good
you can
to-
just cut all that.
Yeah, or keep it. I don't know.
Either way.
Enrique is an agent of chaos. So
True. Enrique, if it's interesting, keep it. If it's not interesting, cut it out.
Yeah, I'm truly nervous now that the control is out of my hands. Like, how much of the stupid moments, how much of the dead air, like, what is this episode going to be? It could be a piece of beauty. It could be just an unedited, just piece of mess that we end up distributing. And that, you know what? Either way, I've resigned. My fate is now completely in Enrique's hands. So Enrique's big break. Please don't do us dirty. But it's all up to you.
But if you do, it's going to be really funny.
I don't know. Let's make it entertaining for the people. This is for the people. We love the hot dog heads out there.
Of course. We don't want to disappoint our hot dog heads.
Yeah. So speaking of hot dog heads, we got a little bit of an episode to get through still. Do you want to do a hot dog tier list or do the creating the most beautiful girl name that is hot dog related competition?
I think that's more fun.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Then we're going to take just 2 minutes here to brainstorm. And then we're going to come with, pee-pee break.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe come back with our 3 top hot dog related girl names.
Hell yeah.
And welcome back from the pee-pee break, everybody. I hope you at home had a nice pee-pee. How did you have a pee-pee nice? Did you have a nice pee-pee, Austin?
I did have a pee-pee nice. I had a very nice did have a pee-pee in the backyard.
Oh, good. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I heard that there was a cold snap, actually. There's a tragedy with your cacti. And I'm sorry to bring this up randomly, but...
yeah. Oh, it's
so
brutal.
You can no longer pee on the cactuses, right?
I can, but they're dead.
Oh, they're just you just have the corpses sitting there?
Dead corpses rotting. I also believe in... I think there's something really nice about watching something grow. There's also the reverse, is watching something decompose.
Wow.
It's kind of cool. It's like reverse growth. I watched it build up. Now I'm going to watch it go back into the ground.
Damn, brother. Reverse growth. Yeah. Cool. It's
Yeah.
like actually after the age of 30, like human beings start to shrink, I heard. So like we're in our reverse growth stage already.
I'm decomposing, dog.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. And speaking of decomposing, I think those hot dogs that are cold boiling behind you are decomposing.
Oh, God. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. It's extracting. It's like extracting the cheese out of the dog like a pus under the skin. I can't do it.
It looks really bad, dude.
Just hell. That's like, I don't know if I can do that. It's really bad. Love to see.
Yeah, you got to give it a taste, like a
Not to
little
give
bit
it
of
a look.
yeah.
I can throw up my cactuses in the back, help them decompose.
Or maybe can cats eat hot dogs?
That's a good question. They tried. Greg really tried to take a nibble out of this one.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. But
We'll
for
have to do
now,
some research.
so we have. This is maybe what I've been looking forward to the most this episode. We have a competition, friendly comp between Austin and myself to come up with the most beautiful hot dog related girl names.
Yes.
And so to give you one example, there's one name that's off the table because Austin and I brainstormed it beforehand. So our work combined, we came up with, do you want to tell it?
Perfect example for a beautiful hot dog girl name, Glizzelda.
It's just actually beautiful. Like
It rolls off
Glizzelda.
the tip of the tongue.
It
Truly.
sounds like a jewel. Like it sounds like a very expensive, tasteful. Like if I meet Glizzelda, I'm actually a little bit like shook. Like I'm starstruck.
I'd be sheepish.
For sure. So all right, you're gonna come off the dome. I got some pre-writtens here. Do you want to go first or should I?
Yeah. I was thinking, how you feel about Weiner Etymology?
Dog, are you serious?
Got you.
I was gonna hit you with Weiner Lissa.
Fuck! Weiner Lista goes crazy with it. That brings me to my favorite next name, frankfurters.
Okay, yo, wait. That's like a hot girl name. That's a hot dog hot girl name.
Frankfurters? She's gonna be strong.
It's a hot dog girl summer and Frank Francesca. What is it?
Frankfurt Cheska?
Yeah, Frankfurt Cheska. Actually, what was that girl's name? We went to high school with this Frankie. Wait, she was cute. What was her name?
I don't know.
Anyway, all right. My next one. I think you're gonna like this. This is a real beautiful hot dog related girl name.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi. We're cooking there.
Decent. Okay.
I was also thinking hot dogopher.
A hot dogopher. I mean, yeah, it's the thing is that's like the Bob of hot dog names.
Yeah, you can call me hot for short.
Yeah, or dog.
Hot dog. Dogopher.
I like dogopher.
What about Bungelina?
Bungelina, now we're cooking. I love when we collab like this because there's the only thing better than one brain cell is two brain cells.
Two brain cell. The last ones.
Bungelina Jolie and
Bungelina hits.
Brad, what could Brad Pitt's hot dog name be?
Weiner Lissa go crazy.
Yeah. All right. My last hot dog name that I have to put on the table for this competition is Pork Bjork.
Whoa! I feel like she'd
What do
be
you
like
think?
a really cool experimental artist like Bjork.
Yeah, she got short hair. Pork Bjork.
Art girl.
Yeah.
She's an art girl.
She a chili dog, you know?
Let me think. What else I got? Let me cook. Say less. Let me got this. Let's go with thinking really quick. Thinking about hot dog girls. Thinking about hot dog girls. Thinking about hot dog girls again.
Dog, seeing Austin's hot dog thinking stance, like, by the way, Enrique, please keep this whole thing in.
Thinking about hot dog girls again.
It's so funny because I was just when we did our pee break, I spent an extra 2 minutes just pacing up and down my living room with my hands tied behind or like held behind my back, like I was in deep thought, just trying to think of like hot dog alternatives.
Yeah,
like you got to when you're thinking about a beautiful hot dog girl name, it's like a real deep thought sort of exercise.
Yeah. Oh,
if you viewers at home, if you have a good hot dog girl name, we would love to hear as well. If you want to throw them in the comments or just join the Discord or join the Patreon, give us your best hot dog girl name.
I feel like I'm taking psychic damage. This is truly tough. Bringing a hot dog girl into the world is a lot of responsibility.
Well, I think we got some good names on the table.
Good names. That's some pretty girls.
Some real cutie pies. So Pork Bjork, alt girl. We got Bon Jovi. She likes pasta. We got Weiner Lissa. A little uppity, but titillating. And you got what do you got?
Bungelina, hot dogopher, Frankfurtesca, and classic Wienertha.
I gotta say, dog, I don't know if this is cheating because like I hit the Bon Jovi and then you came out with the Bungelina, like that was really next level. So Bungelina is my personal fave.
Which one?
Bungelina.
I think Bungelina's a winner. I think we both kind of won here. At the end of the day, if we bring another hot dog girl into this universe, we all win.
We all win.
Everybody's up.
Okay. Well, so that's interesting then. So first off, the winner of the competition, Bungelina, congratulations. If your name is Bungelina, you are the lucky listener of the week. And that also means, Austin, technically you didn't lose, so you could rip a little packy poo.
We'll rip one pack here. Really quick, for the listeners at home, we have a Pokemon Mega Evolutions pack. I got this from the vending machine at HEB today. Boy, oh boy, was I so lucky, because that thing has been empty. First things first, we got ourselves a Croagunk, followed by America's favorite Spoink. Everybody loves a Spoink. Snover, followed by Delibird, followed by
stupid.
Boss's Orders, followed by Frostmouth, followed by Kadabra. Very nice to see Kadabra back in print. Thank you.
Love Kadabra.
For dropping the charges. Magneton on the reverse holo. We got a reverse holo Magneton. Pretty artwork. Oh, we're hitting. We got the Miltank on reverse holo. Miltank, go moo moo. Yes, that's a
Miltank
good.
looking naughty.
Yeah, and here's the big boy. Meganium. It's a big boy. It's a big boy. It's the final evolution of Chikorita. Thickorita.
Oh, I like Chikorita. Cool.
Yeah, right. Am I wrong on that? Pokemon heads, yell at me. That's pretty. And a basic fire energy. We take that. Nothing crazy, but we take that.
Okay, it's kind of like the pod. We bring some fire energy.
And we bring that milk tank.
I think that's the real winner of the pack right there.
I agree. That's the big one.
Like
That's
if
the
I'm
big
gonna have a little snuggle, if I have 7 minutes in heaven with any of those, it's gonna be Miltank.
Miltank. Yeah, I almost actually bought a banned Pokemon card this week. There is a banned Pokemon card, the Japanese card Moo Moo Milk, where they're holding a Pokemon up to the exact teat of the Miltank, and it's sucking nipple. They tried to print that card in America, and they said, so it's a Japanese exclusive. I almost bought it this week. I saw it at a store, and I got really excited.
How much does that run?
Well, here's the hard part. PSA 9, $80.
That could be worth it.
PSA 10, $500.
Yeah, no, give me that PSA like 8. You know,
I'll take an 8. I just want a banned Pokemon card of them holding a Pokemon up to the cow's teat. That's titillating.
Yeah, that's so Orwellian.
Yeah,
you know that the Chick-fil-A moms banded together like, we can't have our kids looking at kids sucking animal teats, and then they serve their kid 2% glass of milk like the next morning.
Yeah, and it's the same moms that took Jiggle physics out of Fortnite, and I'm still upset. Give back the calamity boob slanging.
See, that's why for years and years now, I'm a loyal Overwatch player because they have not taken any ass off of those characters.
Yeah, they serve their fans.
It is great. I mean, the new heroes that are getting us. Quick tangent for the Overwatch players out there. Holy shit, Domina could absolutely dominate me. Like, and actually, a few of these new players. I don't want to name them all. We should have an Overwatch hotness tier list. Maybe go on the Patreon. But speaking of tier lists, you want to get on the best way to make a hot dog?
GLIZZY train?
Choo choo.
Chugga chugga choo choo. It's time to write weiners.
Okay, so we got a couple of hot dog cooking methods, and then we also got the different styles of actually serving the hot dog. We could do those separately. So real quick, this is going to be a really long episode if we allow ourselves to just yap because hot dogs, we're obviously both passionate about them, and it's a very deep world. But we'll keep it surface level. Here's a few of the ways to make them. You want to list the ways?
Plenty of ways to make a dog, and there's plenty of ways that a dog can make you, and that starts in the kitchen. First things first, the tried and true method, boiling. It's something I feel like we all did growing up and then all of a sudden stopped doing. At least in my personal experience. I feel like we were boiling wieners like crazy as children, and then all of a sudden we switched to grills or microwave, which brings us to the other options. We have grilled, we have microwaved, campfire, boil in beer, or you can always cold brew beer boil like I'm doing. But there's always a controversial style as well. The gas station rotisserie, the 9-hour slang of a dog that looks so shiny. The question may be, what is the best of these wee-wees?
Yeah. And, I agree with you, your synopsis that like we all just stopped boiling one day. Like it feels like the Berenstain Bears phenomenon where it's like everyone remembers boiling the dogs, but no one actually has seen it before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't remember doing it, but it happened. I was there.
Theoretically. But
I could swear it.
There's like a couple of these that stick out to me, best ways to make it. One that seems obvious. People love a grilled dog. 4th of July, you're out in the park. There's no better way to spend the day. Grilled hot dog and some watermelon on your plate, jumping in the pool. That shit slaps.
You ready for the fight?
Let's go. Ding, ding,
Grilled
ding.
is my least favorite style of dog on that list.
Okay, now justify that shit.
I don't want cancerous burn lines on my wiener. Why do I have carcinogens all up in my grill?
This man who eats the fucking bag of microwaved popcorn is coming to me about carcinogens. This man who inhales vape smoke is complaining about carcinogens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, you know what?
No, It's not the carcinogens. I genuinely don't like the taste of like the charring, that blackening of the skin that turns into a like charcoaly smoke. I don't like the flavor of smoke or charcoal in a sense. And I feel like it's like getting those grill lines on my dog, especially if overdone, is just like it feels like you're just like fucking it up every like half centimeter. You're like fucking up the goodness.
So you'd be like slicing around the char marks.
Yeah, the parts where you didn't fuck it up.
That's insane. So like, because to me, that's the most valuable. That I love that taste. Do you not fuck with like smoked bacon?
I don't like smoked anything. I just like smoking.
I get it. Okay. I mean, I can't knock you for that if that's, you just don't like the flavor. That to me, that's the best part.
I get it. It's like the people that take a whole dog and just leave it in the fire pit. Like on a campfire, you get a dog on a stick, you put it in the campfire and you just let it burn. And then people will eat it. And that blows my noggin.
We gotta go camping, man. We gotta have a campfire. We gotta put some dogs in there. I would rather do dogs on the fire than marshmallows. I don't know if that's spicy. But
I kind of want a little bit of both. You're right though. I could lean dog style.
Yeah, I lean dog. I appreciate a good s'more, but like whatever.
People just get mad at me because I don't want chocolate in my s'more, and they say it's not a s'more. I say it sure is, buddy.
It's like a sore. It's missing something.
Yeah, it's a Smirnoff.
Yeah, what does that stand for?
You're like, because you want s'more? I have Smirnoff. I'm good.
Oh, I thought it's like the sound it makes when I'm like, cuddled against the milk tank. It feels like milk tank. You touch it and it goes Smirnoff. That's
the card I tried to buy. That's the one.
Yeah.
PSA 10, $500.
Yeah. There's actually a really expensive Scientology Smirnoff film.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah. I think Tom Cruise is the star.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to the ways to make hot dogs. My number one here is not grilled. My number one here is gas station.
Yeah, I hate to say it. We're gonna be on the same team here.
Yeah.
It's the sinner's answer to hot dogs, and I like a gamble.
Yeah, we're walking to the gas station barefoot, high as shit, and you see that gleaming, spinning dog that's been on the rack for days.
Yeah, I feel like most people walk in and they just walk right past that to the restroom. And I walk in and I feel like Yogi Bear seeing a picnic basket. I'm like, ooh, a little treat for me.
Yeah, it's like entertainment.
Hey, excuse me, how long's that been spinning?
Give me the one in the back.
Give me one from yesterday, please.
Gotta have it, man. And the thing is, it's dinner and a show. You watch the thing spin and then you eat it. I
love the show.
Yeah. It's like if you go to the strip club and they eat the stripper after.
Yeah.
So yeah, gas station dogs. Huh.
I do got to say with the gas station dog, that is the one dog in the game where I require a bun. And I think that bun is not necessarily, just getting my most money's worth at the gas station. I think it's a tactical bun. If you don't have that bun on a gas station glizzy, you got to get that smooth shimmer off by soaking it into the bun. Or you're just going to have a glizzy dog with oils in your tummy. And my tiny tummy is not going to turn over well if I don't have a little bun in me.
Yeah. I mean, you do got to imagine that the rack, like the rods that those dogs are spinning on, has not been washed since it was installed.
Like cast iron skillets for cowboys.
Yeah.
I think like the trucker is the modern cowboy in the sense that they just roam around the world and they just take the day as it comes on my steed, aka 18-wheeler. I feel like they're the last we got of the cowboy generation, and they're risking it for the hot dog biscuit. I respect it.
That's so true, man. Truckers really do be like cowboys.
Yeah. All right, really quick, let's run it down. Let's say the list of best ways to make a hot dog. Personally, for your boy Austin, it is number 1, gas station. Number 2, boiled. Number 3, boiled in beer. Haven't had it, I'm guessing. 4, campfire. I like fire. I just don't like them grill lines. 5, microwave. 6, grilled. Your turn.
Nice. Very efficient. Let me take a look real quick. So I'm going to go personally. We talked about this. Gas station is elite. That's number 1.
Truly.
Number two, I do love a good grill mark, and I like more than that. I like the fire to lick, suck, and hold my dog until it's black. And so campfire for me is number two. Three has got to be grilled. Again, just going with the fire theme. And after that, doesn't matter. I'll take a dog any which way. It could be raw out the can. You ever seen hot dogs in a can? So yeah, boiled, microwaved, straight out the package, whatever. Just throw it in my gullet.
Amen. Okay, now I know this is a big topic and it's a scary topic to face head on, but we're not afraid here at the Last Two Brain Cells podcast. We got to get political. What's the future of hot dogs? What's it going to be? How do you feel about it? Where do you align on the Hot Dog Alliance chart?
Yeah, man. Hot dogs, it's a hot topic. It's a dog eat dog world. And
truly,
we got to figure out how to navigate this world moving forward. Mm-hmm. I do think that there is a dog out there for everyone, right? I don't think everyone's found it quite yet. So in terms of evolution, like we're pushing the boundary already. You could see on the screen, we're doing a cold boil hot dog.
We're doing our part.
Damla just got home.
So look, hi, Damla.
Cold brew hot dog?
Yeah, so
you like it?
He's making cold brew beer boiled hot dog.
That's so cool, but why you're not doing it?
I didn't have hot dogs.
Yeah, true.
I know.
You're gonna miss a lot. Look at this. Look like embryo.
She said it looks like an embryo.
Yeah.
That's gross. You gotta eat.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
She has a good point. You gotta try one of these.
I would love to. Unfortunately, we don't have any dogs. So
we're doing our part. I'll do it for you. I got you.
But yeah, man, we're pushing the envelope already. It's cool to think, what are dogs going to look like in 10 years, in 20 years? What kind of dogs are my grandchildren going to eat? What do you think?
And this is, I think, unfortunately, where we find a difference. In the regular real world, I'm a progressive guy. I want everything to move and change and be good. But when it comes to hot dogs, I think we need to pump the brakes and hit a little bit of a slowdown. We're going too far in the hot dog ball game these days. Hot dogs are for the ball game. They're not supposed to be the ball game.
I see. You're pretty hot dog conservative, it sounds like. You want hot dogs to stay the same, that like back in the good old days, quote unquote, just put the dog on a bun, a little bit of ketchup. Do you do ketchup?
No, I like it raw.
See, that in and of itself is fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. Old school. Just take it raw. And the thing is, I do push a little new waveism into my hot dog eatings. I am a cheese dog head. I'm a cheese dog guy. And I think that says a lot about, I think the type of dog you enjoy says a lot about who you are. Mm-hmm. For example, you've always been a buns guy. You like a dog with a good bun.
Gotta have a bun.
I'm really all about what's inside. And that's why I go with the cheese dog.
Yeah, it makes it. So we were talking politics. Now we're talking hot dog politics. And you mentioned you're a little bit like hot dog Antifa, right?
Yeah, I do want to shake things up because we gotta stop.
Yeah, I get it. You're the kind of person who it's like you show up to the hot dog Mona Lisa and you put a whole bunch of like ketchup on it. You spray a bunch of condiments. Yeah, hot dog water on it. I
water it, and then I take mayonnaise and I get it on my hand and I stick myself to the painting, and they won't be able to peel me off.
Yeah. You handcuff yourself to the bun factory, right? To the conveyor belt to protest.
I like to pour a bunch of sand on the floor and then dump the hot dog water bucket on me, and then corn dog myself on the floor of the Louvre to prove a point.
And the thing is, that's really good for your movement. People love seeing that.
I agree. Yeah. And it's gonna be really good. People are gonna say, wow, I totally agree with this now.
That guy who's naked, covered in sand and hot dog water on the floor of the Louvre, like, he's got a point.
That guy's got a really good point, and we could change the world one hot dogging at a time.
Save the hot dog. Holy shit, dude. I just had a crazy existential thought. Are you ready for this?
Yes, please.
There is going to be a last hot dog.
Wow. That's brutal.
That's actually fucked up to think it, because we all know like the inevitable heat death of the universe. It's like billions of years from now. But like humans are gone way before ski. And then like hot dogs are gone before that. Like there's going to be a world where humans exist, like the last of the humans, and probably we won't have hot dogs at that point.
Why have I fully accepted global warming and the fact that humanity is over, but I will not accept that the last hot dog is going to happen someday? I just can't accept that.
Yeah, it's brutal, actually, that reality.
I like to think maybe we'll get to a place in which maybe, sure, the last physical hot dog will be served, but when you and I are in the cloud, we can enjoy a beautiful cloud dog.
Yeah. They say that the hot dog dies twice, right?
Yes.
Once when the last physical hot dog exists, and the second time when the last thought of the hot dog, when the hot dog is spoken about for the last time.
Amen. The last time that wiener rolls off your lips.
Yeah. So we can all keep the hot dog alive. For now, we're lucky. We live in a world of hot dog abundance. But make sure you pass the tail of the hot dog down to your grandchildren. Let's immortalize this beautiful, wonderful snack that we call home, that we call the hot dog.
Amen. Sometimes there's nothing feels more home than a warm dog in your hands.
Yeah. So thank you so much, hot dog heads, for joining us. This has been the Hotdogisode. This has been a blast, man. It's good to see you, by the way.
Great to see you, dude. Under great circumstances. The Hotdogisode, a great time to shake hands.
Yeah. Great time to be alive. But I think we can get into the outro here. Bad news for you.
Bad news.
So,
all right, let's do an investigation. I can't look at it too long. It feels like I feel like I'm facing a fear factor challenge, in that if I look at and investigate what I'm looking to eat, I won't be able to. So, is this like a hold your nose, here goes the cold water type scenario?
Do you want to go microwave them to make them more palatable?
Woo! That was a bad candle. Well, they're supposed to be cold brewed. I can't be a cheater.
Yeah, okay.
Let me get the utensil out. Where's my utensils? Oh, here we go.
Are you gonna? Oh no!
That's my house key. It's Mickey Mouse. It's a Mickey Mouse key. Get it?
Okay. So he's spearing the hot dog out of the cold boil with his Mickey House key.
Oh no! I didn't want to see that. I poked my house key into the dog, and that dog itself literally made a nice squirt of cheese, like as if you were to pop a pimple in a beer.
Why are you using your house?
What else is there to use?
Your fucking fingers, dude.
I can't reach. Oh, I can use my fingers.
What?
I can't reach it.
No, you got to drink a little bit so you can reach further. You got to drink a little.
Wait, what if I decant it?
Dude, house key's like the worst tasting thing you could add.
Let me just pour the hot dog beer water in my Dollywood Austin cup.
God, this is the inevitable evolution of the podcast.
I can't even listen to the sound. Makes me sick. Jimmy's going to hate this.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah, that gives me room to get the dogs. Oh.
He's fingering the... pour the whole thing into the Dolly Parton mug.
It's overflowing. All right, don't worry. I also have my Christmas Mickey Mouse coffee cup ready to go.
Why do you have so many cups?
So you can't have too many coffees.
Oh,
okay,
my
here
God.
we go. Release the dog. I feel like I got attacked by that.
Oh, God.
Here's the dog. Here's the dog. Here's the dog.
Let's get the reveal. Can you crack it open? Can we get a cheese pull?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, we're preemptively unlocking the door because we know what's going to happen.
Can we get a cheese what?
A cheese pull. You know, in like advertisements, they pull a slice of a pizza and the cheese pulls apart.
You want a cheese pull?
Give me the sexiest. Okay.
I'll do another. Oh, it's slippery. Cheese pull. Well, y'all's got to make sure it smiles.
Oh, it's the snack that smiles back. Hot dog.
Yum, yum. Okay, well, last two brain cells. Listeners, thank you so much for listening to the Hotdogisode. This is going to be really shitty. And by that, I mean really good. We invented something new here today, and I'm changing my perspective. With a good perspective, anything can be delicious. The world's first cold boil, cold brew, hot dog, Coors Light classic. This one goes to the Brain Gang. Love y'all.
He's doing it. All right. He just took a bite. He's got a chunk of hot dog sticking out of his mouth already. He's doing okay. He's doing okay.
Are you okay?
Not bad. This might actually be good, guys. No, he's spitting it out onto the Porsche outside. Well, while he's spitting out this cold boiled dog, I could take this time to just plug the Patreon. Thank you guys so much for sticking in there on the Patreon. If you are interested in joining our cozy little Brain Gang community, if you're a hot dog head or just generally like to hear us yap, then come through. We got some bonus content. We're working on Sword Rat Online, our little manga audio series. And now Austin is...
I got hot dog water in my mouth pad.
It's like hot dog beer, bro.
This is the worst day.
Okay, he actually got like a lot of that on his desk when he poured. I don't know why he poured from one mug to the other.
It wasn't balanced. There's too much in one mug and not enough in the other.
I don't know why you need your hot dog mugs balanced.
All right, I got to give the review. Ladies and gentlemen, we invented something today. Should you try it? No.
That's it.
But did I have fun trying something new? A little bit. I had a little bit of fun.
I enjoyed it a lot. You're on the frontier, man. Like, you can't always guarantee a good time, but it's novel, man. Good for you.
You know, we were just talking. Someday there will be a last hot dog. Do you think that was the last cold brewed boiled hot dog?
For your sake, I hope so.
But honestly, I'm thinking about it. I think we kind of cooked there. I think if we would have put that on a grill, I could have even excused the grill marks. There was something to the marination.
So we just got to marinate. It's not a cold boil. It's a cold brew, and then you grill it later. You got yourself a deeper flavor profile.
Absolutely. Well, it's not something I want to have again, but I'm glad I had it at least once. Again, Last Two Brain Cells listeners, thank you so much for listening to the Last Two Brain Cells podcast. This has been a delightful episode. We are also going to be making some bonus content for the Patreon. We're going to do our actual hot dog tier list of ways to make a hot dog. So come to our Patreon, patreon.com/L2BC. And you can hear our rankings of hot dogs. Additionally, we're going to do a Japan photos recap video where we watch and look at videos and pictures from our trip and just talk about our stuff exclusively for the Patreon homies. Shout out to the Patreon gang. Get your name on the screen on every episode. And thank you for supporting what it is we do out here. We love podcasting, and thank you for supporting exactly that. Without you, I would have never had a cold boiled wiener. So thanks.
Yeah. So to all the Bungelinas and the Glizzeldas out there, hit us up in the DMs. And even if you're not a hot girl, hot dog, then come through, come hang out in the Patreon. And if you're not in the Patreon still, thank you for listening. And I hope you had a good time. This has been actually a really, really fun little hot dog episode.
The hot dog I sewed.
I think that's a wrap on episode 39.
Damn. We're about to hit episode 40 coming in. What do we do for episode 40, chat? Jump into our Discord as well. Follow us on all platforms and tell us what you want to see for episode 40. It's kind of exciting. It's like Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans.
Ooh, that's fucked up. Survivor 50s, we got to catch up on that. That's been good.
Pretty nuts.
Okay. In the meantime, last two brain cells. Last two brain cells. Last two brain cells. Last two brain cells. Bob.